Okay, greetings. I'm back, guys. Hi, Emily. How are you? I just sneezed real hard. You know, when you do that, it feels so good. Yeah, that just happened. I'm back today. I'm good. I'm good. I'm very tired today. I'm not gonna lie. Um, what is this? What is this? Very tired. The other night I only got 2 hours of sleep, and I've just been pretty much dragging ever since this occurrence. Um, you know, of course. Oh my god! Just because I did this, I messed everything up. You know, you touch one thing and then everything is messed up. Yeah, this is better. It looks nice, right? I really do like it too. All of this is I have my my purple little string lights or whatever they're called. I have those on, and I have my regular light turned off. It's nice. I think it gives it a good thing. I really today at work, I went into the bathroom, I had to pee, and then I was like at my ear because I think I had my hair stuck in it or whatever, and then I ripped on my new piercing, and it's been like really just itchy. They all four of them have been so crazily itchy because they're healing. So it's like I just want to scratch the shit out of them, but they're healing, you know. So it's like, it's annoying. But yeah, I accidentally like pulled it to the wrong side or whatever, you know, not straight. Because if you go like back and forth, it's okay. But if you know, go opposite of what the direction that the piercing is supposed to go in, then it was hurting. So yeah, but it's all right. No big deal. So anyway, I'm glad I'm back. Sorry, I got my phone here, but I'm doing some stuff. Been doing some band stuff today. You know, rehearsing and stuff. So that's why I'm super late. Because suddenly it was like, whoa, it's 9 o'clock. I'm streaming today. What am I doing? You know, so. But now I'm here, so I think that's good. Oh, no shows right now. Kind of really rather focusing on other things and also on recording more, you know. I like to the boys aren't like that really. They don't care if we do it all, you know, if we record and also still have shows. But for me personally, like I dread recording. So it's like when I record, I just want to get that done and then play shows again. It usually doesn't take us so long anyway, you know, cuz my you know, my guitar player, he's very I mean, he'll take you know, weeks to you know, come up with a song and refine it and do all these things. But then when it comes to recording time, he's so fluent that he will just literally record that, you know, one track and record it like 3 tracks, you know, 2 or 3 tracks, and he will just go straight through the song and record the whole song. Like maybe sometimes it'll be two sections or whatever, but normally it's like just the whole song, and that's I mean, I'm sure there's musicians that do that, but oftentimes it's like, okay, we're going to record this in sections, we're going to cut it, we're going to place it together. And, you know, to give it like, so that you really just like make each separate part so perfect that when you put it all together, it's like, you know, but he already plays all the parts so perfectly that he doesn't have to take these breaks in between. Like he doesn't need breaks in between. He's so like such a seasoned musician that he doesn't need that. It's the same for me. When I record my vocals, I it might take me like one, maybe up to like 3 tries to get it right, but then on like the fourth, then I will do the whole song in one, you know. Maybe sometimes split it up in two, you know, half, but normally I'll just do the whole song because I'm not about to sit here and cut this, you know. I'd rather open my sinuses and my, you know, my vocal cords by practicing the recording, and then when everything is settled with my, everything, then I just go and do it, because it really is extra work when when you have to, because then you have to really make sure that in the recording software, then you have to move this and make sure that this part of the song aligns exactly with the next part, because now there's a gap in between, because you're cutting the song in sections. So now you have to make sure that it flows over perfectly, so that you cannot hear that it's cut into pieces. You have to make sure that it flows over into the next part perfectly. So now you have to pretty much stitch it together with all the shit, and it's just like, it's no. That's why, like, recording is really not my thing altogether anyway. Of course, I'm always super excited with the finished product, but I'm not really super excited about doing it. But when I do, I really kind of wait for many of these things to be ready, like the guitars to be ready, the drums to be ready. And then my keyboardist likes to put his keys after my vocals, because he likes to kind of accentuate my vocals with his keys, or kind of like bounce off of my vocals with his keys too. He does both. So he really likes to wait until I'm done with my vocals. But when I like to wait till all of the other stuff is done except for the keys, and then I really sit down with each song, and I really the way it goes for me, I will sit by myself in a quiet area. I will put the headphones in, and I will take the first song. I'm literally, like, systematically, I work my way down. We determine the layout of the album, song 1 through 12, or however many songs. And once this is determined, then I will literally go from the top to the bottom, and I will start with the first song, because the reason is I like to make our albums sound like stories. And I like what is that noise out there? I mean, you can probably hear my cats going, and they're fucking fighting, Littles and Diana and Hansel. But anyway, so because I really like to make the albums like a story, like a progressive story. So this the beginning, and so on and so forth. And then you come to the highest point of the story, the ending of the story. Well, that's not the highest point, but you know what I mean. On the album, it would be, I don't really treat it as beginning, middle, and end. I treat it as the beginning, and then the middle, and then the epic end. It's not a regular kind of slow end as a story would be normally. It's a heavy, big end, an epic end. So then I will sit there, and I will have my headphones in, and I will listen to the song with my eyes closed, in a meditative state. I will really, like, completely rid my brain of as much thought and as much prejudgment that I can, and just really take in the sounds, and what do they make me feel, what images do these sounds produce in my head, what visions, even when even in that moment when I sit wherever it is, what kind of smell am I smelling, what am I feeling, like everything. And I will really delve completely into this song, and I will listen to it many times. I will listen to it maybe like 10 times before I even write any words. I will make notes, a few words, maybe like a half of a sentence. I'll make notes, but before I really solidly start composing these lyrics, I listen to that song over and over again, because feelings will change, about the song. So yeah, so that's kind of my process on how I write. Yeah, I do think so too, because I really don't want to be one. Because I mean, you listen to music, it doesn't even have to be black metal, any musical genre where there's lyrics, where there's vocals. I'm sure you get these songs where you're just like, oh my god, she or he is just singing the same shit over and over again, and it's so lazy and lame. It's like, my lover left me, or she moved to a different country, whatever it is. And they will keep repeating the same words, the same sentences. They will maybe change the structure of the sentence, but it'll be the same sentence. It'll be about the same thing. It'll be the same point. And it's like, I really want to avoid that. I really want to be creative, and I really want to dig up, like, I have all my lyrics written down, and whenever people are interested, I send it to them. Like, I really want to know this song from this album. What are you singing about? Because most of my lyrics in these two last albums were in English. Well, were in German, in Serbian, and then just one in English. One. So it's like, okay, and that was the ballad that was in English. So I have to then what I always do when the album is done, I translate all these songs too. I have the German lyrics and then all the English lyrics. Now this album will be different. There will be more English lyrics. It will be less German and Serbian, because I just want to do that now. That's just a preference. I want to try this out, flip it around where I have more English lyrics there than German or Serbian. So it's like, I really want to think outside of the box, and I really try to reach deep within myself. What are my feelings about all of these thoughts in my life, death, spirituality, the esoteric, foundation of my life, of my spirit, of my world. All of these things, like things that actually matter. The constant destructive actions of humanity against the world and its creatures. All of these things that really that matter to all of us, not just me. And I like to really think about these things, and so I really like to like I said, think outside of the box. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I want every song to be fresh and new idea and new feeling and thought for people, even when they listen to it. I want them to then think about something different. I don't want them to sit there, listen to the song number 2, and then they listen to song number 3, and they're like, that sounds just like number 2. That is one thing I will never accept, because it is something that I myself, as a consumer, think it's horrible. Of course, each band, usually they have their signature sound a little bit, but their songs are still distinctly different, and I want to keep it that way. And I have really, some of these songwriters that I so admire are really, I have such a broad variety of people that I get my inspiration from. Of course, when it comes to black metal, Vatain is one of those bands that really gives me a certain feeling. Drutk, this is the Ukrainian black metal band. They give me really inspiration with their lyrics. What else? Vital Spirit is very much Horna. Yeah, they are. There was another one now. It didn't even. It slipped my mind. Who was it? Shit. Dissection. That was always one of the ones that I really enjoyed. Burzum, gives me inspiration lyrically, but the who was it? Who I thought in my head just now? totally slipped my mind. I had it slip. Maybe it'll come up later. But then you have, non-black metal, for instance. Rammstein is one of my biggest inspirations lyrically. Rammstein is one of the most unique and how could you say it? Most unique and most thoughtful, but aggressively thoughtful. I don't know if that makes any sense, but they are so not afraid of really bringing like the perverse with the perfectly with the perfectly rhymed poetry. It's genius. Like, that is genius material that they write. It really is. And what they do also is they go through these lengths and they make the most use as they possibly can of the diversity of the German language. And that is one of those things that I so admire. They use words that are not always used. But then they also mix it well with regularly used words in regular spoken German language in every household. But they will bring in words that you don't normally use them, in this context, because obviously the context is about the perverse, like it's genius, right? And if you ever can, I mean, you might not be a fan. It's harsh, right? It's acquired taste. But then when it comes to how they compose the lyrics and how the context is written and how the poetry is like conducted, if you will, and how it rhymes so well as it does, that's just like, you cannot deny it, even if it is of the disgusting nature, if you consider so. You cannot deny the talent that lies there in the poetic composition there of their lyrics. It's wonderful. And then I also have influences, of course. I tell you guys about it really is. I think it's like, I imagine them really like ripping their own hair out, trying to reach deep within their own mind to come up with these things, but in a good way. It's like they put themselves, probably, I don't know really how their process works, but they may put themselves in a trance of some sort, and a meditative state that may differ from my own, to reach these heights of exceptional presentation that they give with all of their stuff. Then I have influences, of course, from I like my new wave, and people oftentimes, younger generation, they would never understand that, because they think they listen to the melody of the music, but they don't really listen to the lyrics. And it is it's like this kind of like this paradox, because like, you can listen to, for instance, the Smiths, and the melody can have a slightly ominous tone, but it will appear on first glance very cheerful. But when you listen to the lyrics, they are very dark lyrics. They will sing anything from getting hit by a bus to literally bashing the girlfriend's head in. Like, literally, that's what they will sing about. And the music will be cheerful, and the vibrato of the singer Morrissey will be the best you've ever heard, the best voice you've ever heard. It's clean, it's perfect, but the lyrics are dark, very dark. So I really like the feeling that it gives me, because it is kind of almost like a representation of myself, because my personality leads people to believe that within me is this, this light and this happiness and everything, when this is really just, it just happens. But what is inside is completely contorted and not at all what the outside, my person. Whoa, That looked almost like, but I don't know. That looked weird. That looked weird. Um, so it's relatable. I can relate to it. So yeah. So I have many different. It's like tentacles spreading. The reasons, the connections of all of it. Hi, Ja. How are you? Hi. Oh my god, that's hilarious. That's a funny dream. Oh, maybe, yeah, that can happen. Oh, I think I gotta turn myself down a little bit. Sweetie, don't cry. I see you staring at me. But yeah, when it comes to the aspect of writing the lyrics, I enjoy it. I really enjoy writing the lyrics. It's because it's literally like, it's all in my head. It's all the story is forming behind my eyes, in my inner eye here is forming, and I can see the vision and the pictures, and I really enjoyed. Now recording the lyrics, I want to fucking but it's fine. I get it done anyway, so. But sorry for ranting about that, Emily. But thank you for listening anyway. I really like talking about that because it is my passion. It really is because, and I can really say it is my passion only because of the people that have come before me, and that a lot of them are still performing, but they have really laid the path for me to become so passionate about it, and then reach, this feeling of wanting to literally surpass them, the motivation. Sweetie, come here, silly. Yeah, the motivation to actually, and the actual like thought that maybe I could surpass them, and that gives me also a good feeling. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for listening. You dreamt about me? Oh, wow. That sounds like, oh my god, that sounds like something I want to paint now. You got me on something else now, Hijo. Oh my god. Sweetie, stop. You want to leave the room? The door's open. Go. Sweetie, can't, please. Sweetie, I love you too, my girl. Where are you, sweetie? Oh, sweetie, can't. Complainer can't. Hi, Kelly. Happy New Year to you, too. Yes, I'm going to do that. Sweetie, what's wrong with you? She just complains. Thanks, everybody, for being here. This is really nice. We got Emily. We got Hydra. Kelly. Awesome. That's, oh my god. You know how many times that happened with kittens of mine that did that? Oh my god. Yeah, I know that feeling too. I definitely know that feeling too. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm very tired today. Had a long 2 days. How can I be sure? Ah, shit. Sweetie Cans, what's wrong with you? You're a bothersome girl, you know that? Fluffy tail. Go up there, sweetie. Go up there. That's your seat. That's where you sleep. It has your blankie and everything. Oh, sweetie. Nice a good girl, sweetie. Yes. Reluctant. It's okay. No, that's definitely a hair. I saw that in front of me. That was a hair from Sweetie Cans, right, sweetie? Sweetie. You gotta say something. Okay. Ah. Björn? Oh, Björn? He's not on the roof. He was out there earlier. Cute bear. Is this wind? That is so weird. I just said that he's not on the roof. And then some tape that is taped to my outside of my window started shaking. But it's not even really that windy. I guess it's a little windy. That was weird. That was really weird. But he's not on the roof right now for a change. My bear. He might be soon though. My handsome baby mans. Call him baby mans. He's my lion. He's a lion. Okay. Enough about my cats. I spend all my time with these creatures. They're scared of everybody else nowadays. They only trust me. It's so funny. And everybody complains, your cats are... My cats are the perfect cats. Spend time with my cats and they will fucking love you like they love me, assholes. And, your soul guide, soul wife? Okay. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, they really are. Heavy energy? Always a little bit, you know. Oh, God. Sweetie. What's wrong? Oh, sweetie, what do you want? You have food downstairs? You have water? What is it? I can't pay attention to you right now. No, you have to sleep. Go on your spot, sweetie. Go. Or sleep there. That's fine, too. All right, Hydra, what are you inquiring about today? Definitely not be you, sweetie. Oh, I love you too, sweetie. My fluffy girl. You're so fluffy, sweetie. Just tired. Maybe that's what you're feeling, Kelly. I'm very tired. Oh, okay. That is indeed a good question. I really do think. Because that is something that is kind of important to know. You know, are you wasting your time? Yeah. All right, so let's see if we can find some information on that, okay? Oh. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles inverted. So it looks like it looks like you're having a little bit of problems with kind of juggling multiple things. It's like an inability to maintain balance in your life and misplaced priorities, okay? That could indeed mean your job, but it's definitely something that's not really ideal for you right now. So you're kind of like on the shaky end. You don't know what would be the right thing to do. And seemingly you often make the wrong choices, and that keeps you from having this unbalanced life at the moment, okay? So this could have to do with your job, you know, but this could also involve other things, but definitely some problems in that area, okay? Let's move forward. Okay, this is kind of Page of Swords here. This is not bad. This is looking like insight. Sorry, I got really some stuck. Yeah, so insight. Let me see. I haven't had that one in a while. Am I crazy right now? Ah, yeah, insightful, perceptive, intuitive, and a keeper of secrets. So this, whatever that is working to your advantage. Okay, um, you seem to be. I do feel like it's related spiritually. It seems like you are, as you are in your, in your physical life, rather unbalanced with certain things. It seems like when it comes to you inwardly, you seem to have more control over this. You are rather perceptive, and you are insightful. So this is, use that to your advantage. That's also something that will lead you onto the right path when it comes to this job. Okay, kind of follow your gut, follow your intuition. That is a good way to go there. And keeper of secrets, so to say, I feel like it is more like an thing that's imperative, that you should be a keeper of secrets. And when somebody passes something to you in confidentiality, then you must adhere to that. Okay, so that's good. So I do think, related to your job, follow your gut, really follow your intuition. What you feel would probably be the best for you. Okay, let's see this one. Okay, the world inverted. So there's something about an interruption in your plans, in big plans that you set yourself, and they are now being interrupted, causing you to have something like an unfinished journey of a sort. Okay, it's like an incomplete project, a failed endeavor, and it's causing you frustration. Okay, so this could also be related to your job, like in the sense that you made certain plans and your job came completely in between you and those plans. Okay, so that's obviously not ideal, but so and that is something that's frustrating you, and that is something that's causing you to question the importance of this job, or rather the level of priority that it is on. Okay, so yeah, so all in all, my suggestion, really go with your gut. You are insightful and you are perceptive. So what you perceive, analyze it, and really build your decision based on that. Okay, also, my personal thought on this is, like, always also consider the consequences. Of course, a lot of people, they will totally just quit a job and then be like, oh, now I'm jobless, and then, oh, now I can't pay my electricity, now my electric gets cut off, oh, now I can't pay rent, now I'm homeless, blah. I always think, I'm a big believer in trying to find something prior to quitting your old job, finding something new before you quit the old, because you want to maintain that stability if you can, which is, a little bit hangs in the balance a little bit with you right now. So I'm a firm believer that you should always find something new before you quit the old, even though it can be very difficult in times. I speak from personal experience, but in order for you to have a little less anxiety in your life, because when you lose your job and you don't have another one, now you just added more anxiety to your life, because now you're like, oh fuck, okay, at least I was able to pay my bills when I had to deal with bullshit, but now I have to, I have to deal with the bullshit of, I might not have water to wash myself, I might have electricity to do whatever, and I might not have a roof over my head when the time comes, and you, that's what I always tell you guys. It is that money rules the world, and if we all in the world could have no more money problems, I really think, or not money problems, but rather not having to worry about money so much. Where we would have to be so scared and so much anxiety in our hearts that we can lose everything if we don't have this job, if we don't have this money, if we don't deal with the boss's oppression and the boss's disrespect, and all of these things. I think our humans in general would do a lot better, but it's not the way it works. We are suppressed, we are oppressed by the top 1% that will not share their wealth because they are so greedy, and that believe that we are the worker ants that work for their businesses, and that make their businesses run so that they can make the money. And they would be fucking, in their heads, we would be so stupid to encourage these worker ants to make their own life, and become independent from our businesses as consumers as well as employees. So yeah, it is hard. It is very hard. Everybody knows there's not even a middle class anymore nowadays. It is literally high class, upper class or lower class, and most of us find ourselves in the lower class. And it's hard. It is really hard, and I can completely understand, because you really have to weigh this out. I hate the job, but I need to pay my bills, so should I stay there? Or is paying the bills not as important, as quitting? Like, you have to really. Yeah, I know that feeling. I mean, I know it a little bit differently because I work a job where I make money daily, but I've told you guys before now, I only work 3 days a week now, which is really not enough at all. But I'm not gonna beg to get another. They want to take me off the schedule, then so they can. I am the best front of the house worker that they have. If they decide to do that, then they've decided that. Whatever may the reason be, definitely is not a reason of lack of work ethic with myself, because that is not there. I work the same way every day, and I always work the job the best to my ability, so there's nothing wrong there. It's just a personal thing, I'm sure. um and I'm not going to beg for a shift back. I'm just gonna have to make do some other how, like, stream more, get maybe subscribers. That is something that would be very helpful. um but I do understand. I am the same way. I pay my bills, and then I have no money. I can't really go anywhere. I mean, I can't do anything. I can just pay my bills, and that's it. But at least I can say I have a nice home that I can stay in, and I have food on the table, and I have electricity, water, internet. I have these things, so I that's it. That's just all I can have. I cannot travel. I cannot do things really, which really sucks, because that's what life should be kind of about. But I mean, even with my immigration, I can't do much of anything anyway, so whatever. Yeah, that's how I live too. We in Germany we call it von der Hand in den Mund, from hand into mouth. I think that really has to do with them. I think it seems that it probably triggers anxiety for you, and then that causes you to feel sick. Uh, oh, good. Well, see, that's a good. That's good. That's a good step in the right direction. That's good. So I guess having that job does have its positive there too, you know? That's really amazing. Whoa. Oh my god. What? How? But you don't live in the US, do you? I forgot now. I thought you were somewhere else. Because that's literally like, that would be like a closet space room here in the US right now. Literally. A closet space room is what you would get for that money. Well, where is this at? I want to live there. But then I guess the income is probably also less. Yeah, I mean, people here, I'm kind of lucky in a sense that, you know, that my brother bought this house, because mortgages are cheaper generally than rent, especially right now. So it's like I'm lucky, but there are really people out there that live in a 2-bedroom apartment. You don't have a yard, you don't have probably not even a balcony. 2-bedroom apartment for like 2,200 a month. That's insane. And people making $15 an hour, that's now the minimum wage here in Florida. But it's and people, and the rich people will complain about that. They will get mad that others are making $15. There's where the oppression really starts. It starts from the small rich fascist and racist man up to the biggest fascist racist white man, but it's like they believe that people should still get less, and it's like well, guess what, people can't even afford this. Even with $15 is not enough. Even $15 an hour is not enough to afford by yourself. Everybody here in the US has to have at least one roommate. At least, if not 2 to 3. I'm hearing 2 to 3. And these are single people, not married couple. When it's a married couple, then that's usually how they do it, because it's 2 incomes there. But single people, they have to have at least one roommate, or maybe even 2 roommates, to be able to live anywhere. And that's just... Of course, that makes everybody depressed. That makes everybody on edge, because when you have a roommate, and I'm talking about a roommate, I'm not talking about like your son or your daughter or even your mom. I'm talking about your roommate. That is just a person that's lives with you. That's the person most of the time is not really close to you, and you guys are just in a living situation together. There is no privacy for anybody in this country anymore at this time. Nobody has privacy because everybody has to share their home with somebody else. And that's just no way of living. That's no way of living. I can completely understand how people are depressed and frustrated, and they hate their lives because they cannot even, if they wanted to, just walk around butt naked in their house and not get gawked at or not get talked shit to, or like sit on their couch, watch their TV, do whatever the fuck they want. They can't even do that. I mean, I'm sure some people don't care. They still do that, but you understand my principle, and it's a shame. It's a shame. And this is grown ass people. We're not talking about, oh, I'm just moving out of my mom's house. I'm 18 and I'm moving out for the first time. No, we're talking about people that are literally in their 30s, like me, in their late 20s and 30s, grown adults that, with college degrees that cannot find a job in the degree area that they have, to be able, they spend all this money on college, they owe the government money, they can't find a job in their profession at all where they get paid decent money. And now they're stuck working at a McDonald's where they make $15 an hour, can not afford their own rent by themselves, need to have a roommate or multiple, blah. It's just like, it's a disaster, man. It's a fucking disaster. So, I mean, I don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. I feel so bad for all of these people. I really. Um, Let me read that up here first. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like a cool setup, Hydra. Exactly. See, you had a roommate, and it comes with problems. It comes with problems because we're humans. It just doesn't work. It does not work living with somebody unless they're literally your significant other. It doesn't work, or your child or something. It doesn't work. Yeah, to tell you the truth, I've never found such a job. They don't really exist here in Florida. They don't have that. They don't have. I when COVID hit, I desperately tried to find um working from home jobs, and it was virtually non-existent. Yeah, and some of them are even fake. They will reel you into something, then they won't pay you, and yeah, I've been through all that. Never found um never found it. It would be, I would be so ecstatic if I could find a job, but that's the thing. Considering really my hourly wage, I would have to make well over $15. I would have to make more, and these jobs, they don't pay more than $15. They really just don't. They pay minimum wage, if not, like, I'm sure some companies are even trying to get away with still paying their employees less than that. So it would not cover my lifestyle, and my lifestyle is not. My apartment here that I live in, I have one bathroom, living room, dining room, kitchen, and two bedrooms. And I have old appliances except for my refrigerator, which is, well, I mean, it's also not that dated yet, but gonna get there at some point. But like my oven is fucking like 20 years old. I don't even have a microwave. I mean, my floors need all repaired or replaced because they're breaking apart. My carpets are so old and so, like, I try to keep them as clean as possible, but it's years of carpet. You know how that goes. And I have an okay sized TV, downstairs, and then one up here in my room, one computer. Like, I don't live fucking like crazy. I don't have all kinds of crazy shit. My music equipment, yeah, it's worth something, but it's dated as hell. My music equipment is fucking like 10 to 20 years old. Except for like my interface, but my interface is like a $50 interface. My microphone here, this microphone is like $60. I mean, I don't I don't own anything so expensive in that sense at all. I don't spend my money really like that. I spend my money on books mainly, and on food. Really, I'm not gonna lie to you, on food. And little, I don't eat like I have maybe 2 meals a day, little meals. So then I have snacks in between, like cookies or something, because I can't even afford to buy enough groceries for like 2 weeks. I have to go buy groceries every day. My mom always said, being poor, you have to be rich to be poor. Because like the way it is I have to go and shop for what I need on a daily basis. If I run out of like salt today, I know I have to buy that tomorrow. I'm gonna go buy that. I'm running low on toilet paper, but I can't afford that tomorrow. I won't have enough money tomorrow. So I have to wait on that another day to buy that. Like, that's how I have to plan my life. It's fucking ridiculous. I can walk out of the store, spend $99, and I have literally nothing in my cart. I literally have like meals for 2 days in my cart. And then, things like toilet paper and paper towels and shower gel and fucking dishwasher detergent, and that's like, you know, a bag of cat food and I don't know, a couple of things out of the frozen section. There's my $90. What the fuck is that? My parents, I remember in the 90s, my parents were literally able to spend between 2 and 300 euros a month, which is, like what, like maybe $400 a month. $400 a month on groceries for 4 people, and that would last a whole month. That's not possible anymore. I spend literally like $80 or so every like 3 days or so. Like I spend literally double this almost. I spend almost like $200 a week for only myself on groceries. And it's nothing. Like I said, I have nothing. I have nothing here. You come in my house, you open the refrigerator, you see water, milk, creamer, cheese and bread, and a head of lettuce, an onion, and a tomato. That's it. It's really pathetic. In my freezer, I have a bag of veggie nuggets, half full, a package of corn, like veggie corn dogs, and a half or a quarter of a bag of fries. That's it. Like, it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. So basically my diet consists of, cutting up some onion or cutting up some fucking tomatoes and mixing them in with some pasta that I cook. That's pretty much my diet. Or having a sandwich here and there. That's my diet. At night, I'll eat some fucking cookies or some kind of snack, a chip or something, and that's it. Because I can't afford anything. I cannot afford to cook a meal, like a whole meal. Like, for myself with noodles and some crap, just like salt, pepper, all that bullshit. Can I afford to cook a meal for me and the person that lives with? Like, I can't afford that. No way. It's impossible. I could, but it would not fill him up. He would still be hungry afterwards, so there's really no point. Oh, cool. Yeah, I will definitely look into that. Yeah, I will look into that. That would be awesome. I would love to do that. But how do you get paid? Like, how do they pay you? They send you money, like, what, on PayPal or something? Or on your bank? I don't know how that stuff works. But yeah, it's a harsh and such situation. And I think people don't really understand how bad it really is. I think people, it's not that bad. And it's like, I say this too, and the reason why I say this is because it always could be worse. It could definitely be still worse. For me personally, I'm saying. But it is really, your whole quality of life just goes down the drain when you cannot even afford to buy groceries to cook yourself a nice meal and have to share your home with dirty ass people, or fucking, you can't afford to go take your beloved pet to the vet because that's the only creature in your life that you have that loves you and that you love, and you can't even afford to get this creature healthy, and they die, because it's impossible. These are things that are just like, they're devastating. They're fucking devastating. So I can understand why people feel the way they feel. However, what I cannot understand is how they then act, because they're attacking by, I don't want to hang out with anybody and I just lock myself in my home, and I hate everybody else around me too. I hate people for other reasons than other people hate other people. Other people hate other people because they're just fucking frustrated and assholes, and they're letting their anger and frustration out at the wrong person, because they should be hating the people that are oppressing us, like the man, as people call it, the top 1%. So I do not understand their compulsive decision to just now shun everybody. because now's the time to really actually make connections with people, for us to stick together, get together, and form a bond, so we can, uh, you know, in a sense, trigger a revolution in a certain way, but not to, we don't seek to diminish everybody, but we deserve more. We deserve possibly equal as much as these other people, and I think that needs to be addressed, and I think that it's not, I think people are not doing the right thing. Everybody is just shunning everybody, and that's not going to get us anywhere. That's just going to help the oppressors more against us. That we stand against each other will help the oppressor to continue to be able to oppress us and suppress us, and we will never be able to move forward as a unity and fight for what we can have, and what can give us, if it's not happiness, what can give us something that can make us at least content and make our lives acceptable, in a sense, because a lot of our lives are not really acceptable living situations as they are right now, in my opinion. From many other people, I work with many people from different areas of lives, from different races and everything, and everybody's pretty much having the same problems. It is because money rules the world, money ruins the world, and it's the people that have the money that cause all this dilemma, because we with the money, we don't really, we just spend it on things that give us a temporary feeling of happiness, or so we think. These people were literally not even spend the money, they will hoard it, and they will go to their grave with that money shoved up any of the holes in their body, because they're just fucking pieces of shit. Yeah, that's 40 hours a day. What is that? What? You mean 4 hours a day? Or you mean 40 hours a week? $40 a week. And how much would I make there? 40 hours a week. That's a yeah, I know. That's another thing. They want us to slave to death, work 40 to 80 hours a week, and we cannot even enjoy, our life. We're just slaving away for survival, because nowadays, even, back then you worked, I talked to my guitar player about this the other day. Back then you worked 60 to 80 hours a week, which both of my parents did. Now, we were able to afford a vacation to the U.S. In the summer for 2 months. We were able to afford a vacation to Switzerland or Austria for a month every year. Because my parents worked their asses off. Now, you work 60 to 80 hours a week, 40 to 80 hours a week. You can just pay your bills. You cannot make enough money now with working so much to okay, so 40 hours a week, they would have to pay at least $20 an hour. Or it cannot be valid, because my bills a month line up to like $1,500. Which is little, considering what others have to pay. Not saying I have it so bad. I'm just saying that is the fact. So I now work a job where... Unfortunately, now I only work like fucking... What do I work? Yeah, about 16 to 17 hours a week. That's what I work right now. And I didn't choose that. I don't want that. So 16 hours a week. Um, and it just barely covers my expenses. Just barely. Mm, a euro 80 is not equivalent to $40 or 35. Like in your country, yes, but that wouldn't be like that here. Like they would not pay me $35 an hour in a call center. That's $35 an hour would be somebody that that. Thank you for stopping by, Kelly. Tschüss. Have a good night. I hope I see you again soon. Thank you very much for coming. I can almost guarantee you that it would probably... Yeah, I will definitely ask. I will definitely ask. But it would literally, for me, have to be between $20 and $25 an hour. In order for me to be able to make a living. Also, I am not seeking to work 40 hours a week if I don't have to. I'm not going to lie. This has nothing to do with laziness, as people like to say, oh, lazy. No, it's not lazy. If I could literally work as a full-time musician, and I'm talking about full-time, 8 hours a day, then that's what I would do. If I could work as a full-time painter, 8 hours a day, artist, that's what I would do, because that's what I want to do. That's what I feel is a gratification. Me working as a fucking waitress and pretty much being spit on by people and being talked to like I'm some kind of fucking slave and some kind of like whatever, something lesser than them when, we don't have to get into this, but Night of Corpses, thank you for following. Thank you so much. Welcome to my stream. So it's like, and that's the only thing that I can do, because of my immigration problems, I cannot really find another job that would, where this can go over. So it's like I'm looking to work as little as I can, my regular job, so that I can spend the rest of my time doing this, what I really want to do, like a full-time psychic. That's what I would like to do, a full-time artist, a full-time musician. If I were to able to go to college, there would be dozens of jobs that need college degree that I would love to do, that I would love to work 40 to 60 to 80 hours a week, that I would invest my life into. Am I going to work 60 hours to 80 hours a week as a waitress and be trampled on and be abused? Literally, I live in the biggest retirement community in the United States. Can you imagine? No, you can't. If you have not worked there, you can never imagine what it feels like. And no, I will not expose myself to this anymore. I did that for 16 years of myself working as a waitress. I would work 12-hour shifts back to back to back to back, no day off, to the point where my feet were so swollen that I couldn't even walk. My voice was gone because, I have to talk to customers for fucking 12 hours a day, 3 days in a row. Then it's really, it's harsh. People don't understand. So it's like, I won't expose myself to this anymore. As little as I can. Now, like I said, the fact that I work one day less is kind of a deal breaker, is not good. Oh yeah, that's a job you wanna, that's a job you really wanna get your hands on. Yeah, I love it. I like the comic relief there. That's good, because I was getting a little too hype on this fucking misery there. Yeah, but yeah, it's just, your ass and your tits getting stared at like you're an object by these old, disgusting, stinking, spitting men. It's just fucking disgusting, dude. It's disgusting. It's so bad for me that at a time my boyfriend, I would come home from work and my boyfriend would be like, "You look so beautiful today," and I'm like, "No, I like no joke. I'm not joking. Like I was serious. Like don't fucking tell me this right now at all. Like I was so grossed out by any male creature that was now complimenting me because of what I had endured. Um, I mean, you have to have a thick skin for this shit. But I've been doing this for so long now, but still, that doesn't make it any better. That doesn't make it any more enjoyable. I just know how to deal with it better, but what goes on internally is still a struggle, but that's the thing. I do believe we should put people in positions that they love and that they're good at the same time. You cannot put a person in a position that they love but that they suck at. They got to understand. They got to find a different love. But I think if we actually put people in positions that they enjoy to do, that they were good and successful and constructive in doing, we can be a more successful society. Instead, we stuff these any person wherever. We don't give them any chance. You failed at everything in life. You are now a dishwasher, and this person is one of the best artists that you'll ever seen, but nobody will ever know because they're stuck working as a dishwasher because they cannot afford to go to art school. Even if they did, the chances that they would get a job as an artist like that, slim. So it's a very vicious cycle. The systems here are fucking 6 hours a day. Puh. Yeah. For how many days? 6 or 7? Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, tricky, but we all just have to keep fighting, because the time will come where the fight will be over at the end anyway, either way, so until then we just got to do what we do, and I'm really grateful. I'm grateful that you're here, Hydra. I'm grateful Emily came in. I'm grateful. Thank you for Night of Corpses. Am I fucking drawing a blank? Who else was in here? Oh, Kelly was in here. Thank you for Kelly for coming in. Okay, I know I'm missing somebody, I think. Maybe not. No, I guess not. Um, I appreciate you guys. You're the reason why I do this, and I'm very grateful, and I'm very, how do you say it? Like, blessed in a sense, I don't like using that word so much, but in a sense, it's like I'm lucky that I can do this here and that you guys come to see me. And sorry, I did have to have kind of a rant. Oh, thank you, Hydra. Yeah, I will definitely look into this. I will definitely do that, because I always want to try to find new things, and try to better my life. I never want to sit still. I want to evolve. I want to progress in my life and do better. I always have some kind of idea that I try to work. I do that. So, yeah. Thank you, everyone. I'm probably gonna just hop off for tonight. I'm Like I said, I'm really grateful for everybody. I will be back tomorrow, so we'll pick this up tomorrow again. And I promise I won't be talking about the misery of living in the lower class of the Western world, yeah, we could have it even worse still. So think about that, like it can be better, of course, but it can be very much worse. And we should never forget that, Yeah, you never know. You never know. I might just totally get into it and be like, whoa, this is my dream job and I love. You never know, I know what I like, so I doubt it. But I am the type of person, I will give everything a chance. Anything and everything. I will give food a chance. I will give new job, I will give anything a chance. Because, like you said, you never know. It could be my total calling. Who knows? So I don't pass anything up. So, but yeah, guys, I will be back tomorrow, and we'll talk more then. Again, thank you. Oh God, I'm so sorry. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming. It was such a great night. Until tomorrow, I advise you to mourn those in spiritual turmoil. They really need us the most, and do not shun those people. And until tomorrow, I say tschüss, zdravo, and bye.